Have you seen this image? If you were at all in the creepypasta scene back in the day, there's a good chance you have. For those of you who are unfamiliar, this image was used in the creepypasta Teddy, a story that I and many others consider to be a classic, despite not being the most popular. I'll go over the story more in depth in just a minute, so for now, let's focus on the image. Like a lot of classic creepypasta images, the origin of the Teddy image is mysterious. It's nowhere near as mysterious as, for example, the Jeff the Killer image, but the origin still remained unknown for a long time. Notice how I said remained. See, in recent months, more info has come out. Not only have several images of the doll surfaced, but I believe the creator of this mysterious teddy bear has finally been found. There's a whole lot more to talk about with the search for this image, so please, do stick around. Before we begin, if you end up enjoying this video, please do leave a like and subscribe, as it really helps me out. Now, without further ado, let's begin with a bit of history. I'd like to start with a little summary of the creepypasta itself, for those of you who are either unfamiliar or have forgotten what exactly Teddy is about. The story goes that the narrator's sister had this creepy teddy bear as a baby, which the narrator hated. Eventually their sister gets tired of it, so their mother puts it in the narrator's closet. One night, when the narrator was going to sleep, they noticed the teddy bear was at the foot of their bed. They closed their eyes to yawn, and when they reopened them, the bear was closer. Startled, they looked away, though when they looked back, it was gone. They then closed their eyes, in hopes of getting some rest, but when they next opened their eyes, the bear was right in front of them. A few years later, they burned the teddy bear, and lived the rest of their teenage years in peace. That is, until they turned 19. The narrator was moving boxes into their new home, with their final box containing a cabinet. Strangely, they didn't remember packing it, but thought nothing of it. They leave to go move their TV to the living room, where they then see the teddy bear, the very same one they burned, staring at them. The story ends there, and yeah, it's not very good. I'll admit the concept itself isn't terrible, but the execution leaves a lot to be desired. Honestly, the scariest part of this whole story is that they say mum, meaning the narrator is probably British. Okay, jokes aside, this really isn't great. I never heard this story as a kid, at least I think so. I think I was around 14 when I first heard it, so I can't even say I was scared by it as a kid. At least, not directly. While the story itself may not be good, the image has haunted me for years. It's such a weird, off-putting image, and it perfectly falls into the uncanny valley. Given that it's so strange, I often wondered where exactly it came from, though I never had the time to look into it myself. So I just had to wait, and hope other people wanted to find the origin just as bad as me. As the years went by, and more searches for old creepypasta images started, I began to lose hope. I'd yet to see a single search for the Teddy image go anywhere, as every single one ended in pretty much immediate failure. Despite this, I held hope. Every once in a while I'd see a new search start up, but again and again, they'd fail. Maybe Teddy was just too obscure. Well, this looks promising. I can't believe that the origin of the Teddy creepypasta image has not yet been found. Just 2 more images. Can we resume the investigation? This was posted to r/internet mysteries on December 6, 2024, and unlike pretty much every other search, this one actually gained some traction. I'm going to mostly ignore the post for just a second, as I want to focus on the fact that apparently 2 more images of the bear were found. I genuinely had no idea these existed until I saw this post. So, needless to say, I was curious where exactly they were found. Thankfully, another user had posted a timeline of when and where exactly these extra images were found, as well as some other findings. Huge thank you to Board Brews For saving me a ton of time researching where these additional angles came from, I'll be using his Twitter thread detailing his findings, as most of the early info is all collected here. Obviously, Bored Brews wasn't the first to find all of this, but he put it in a convenient format, so I'll be using it for the sake of convenience. I'm going to start with the obvious, which is that this image was not created for the Teddy creepypasta. I think we probably all knew that already, but I just want to make it clear that it wasn't made for the creepypasta. We know this for sure, since we can find references to this image from before the creepypasta was made. Exactly one day before the creepypasta was released, on July 13th, 2011, the image was posted to weirduniverse.net under the blog Creepy Ass Dolls. Additionally, Bored Brews managed to find the earliest known instance of the doll, which he found on an NSFW site. I'll obviously be censoring the URL so YouTube doesn't kill me, but sure enough, on October 30th, 2010, an alternate angle of the Teddy image was posted to an adult site. Let's move on before I get demonetized. Where exactly did this alternate angle come from? Well, we don't know. There are more advertiser-friendly places it was posted, like 4chan and Reddit. Okay, maybe not 4chan, but the exact origin is unknown. I tried myself to find if there were any older records of both the original image and the alternate angle, but to no avail. As far as I'm aware, the adult site is the oldest record of the Teddy image, though I doubt it truly is the origin. Now, didn't I say there were 2 extra images that were found? What about the second one? Well, this one thankfully was posted to a much more normal site, that being Facebook. I did once again try to see if it was posted anywhere else, but this seems to be the least common of the 3 images, and most instances of the image just refer back to the Facebook post. We seem to be at an impasse now. We found the earliest instances of the images online, but we're no step closer to finding who uploaded them, or where they came from. Ordinarily, the search would likely end here, but there's one thing I didn't mention. The second doll. Anyone remember that classic creepypasta Teddy? If you do, you probably haven't forgotten that face of his, have you? Take a look at what I've bought in an antique store today. You're seeing this right. There's a second bear. All the filters make it a bit hard to see, but yes, this is indeed a second doll, as there are some pretty big differences. Now that we know that there's more than one of these bears in existence, we can at the very least find who made it. However, there's a slight issue. This post showing the second bear was made by someone who creates creepypasta art. The post was made by the user Grimes on the Mr. Creepypasta Amino on August 19th, 2017. Now, my immediate thought was to try to contact this user, but they haven't been active since 2018. However, I don't have to worry about this. See, someone already beat me to making a video about this topic. On December 19th, 2024, fellow YouTuber Cyrozan made a video going over the same Reddit post I just went over, as well as some theories on where the image came from. It's a great video, and I highly recommend checking it out. I'll include a link to it in the description, along with links to everything else I've talked about so far. Anyway, I bring this up because a few days later, on December 24th, Cyrozan made a post to Internet Mysteries, revealing that Grimes, the user who had posted the second doll to Amino, had contacted him. At long last, we finally have a new lead. And this lead, my friends, is how the origin of Teddy was finally found. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss this. Grimes had returned. It turns out they were subscribed to Cyrozan, and upon seeing his video, contacted him with new, unedited photos of the bear they had purchased back in 2017. 2 of the photos are especially noteworthy, as they show us not only the name of the bear, that being Angus McBear, but also who made it. Sandra Justice. Now, before we continue, please do not harass Sandra Justice. In case you didn't notice, the copyright date for this bear is 1984, so it's extremely unlikely that Sandra has anything to do with the creepypasta image. She's most likely just a sweet old lady who made this doll over 40 years ago at this point. So please, leave her out of this. Now, one thing worth noting is that Angus McBear was found in West Virginia, which is the same area where Sandra Justice seems to be based. This is worth noting because prior to this discovery, everyone thought the bear was Russian. I've glossed over the theories for what this image was since, well, we know the origin now, but there were a lot of interesting theories floating around. The most common being that it was a bootleg Cheburashka doll, which I can definitely see, but we now know that it's in actuality an American doll. In addition to making the second Reddit post, Cyrozan also released a second video to his channel. Once again, it's a great video, though there's also some important info he revealed here. First, he managed to find a third doll. He theorized that the original images may have been from an eBay listing, a thought that crossed my mind as well, so he decided to check Worth Points, as it has archives of the past 15 years of eBay listings. In his search, he managed to find this third, white bear, which he dubbed Anti-Teddy, due to its reversed coloring. In addition, Cyrozan and his Discord server also managed to find a whole second generation of bears, though these ones are far less creepy. However, one question still remains. Where did this image come from? We know what the bear is, and we know who made it, but who took this photo, and why? That question may unfortunately never have an answer. As I've mentioned before, Teddy isn't the most popular creepypasta, and if the Jeff the Killer image is still lost, despite being arguably the most popular creepypasta, Teddy might not have a chance. This is where you come in. I've made this video with the hope that maybe someone with information will watch it, however unlikely that may be. I'll admit, originally I did want to try to find who made the doll, but obviously that's a long gone opportunity. Still, if you happen to know any information on where this image came from, please let me know in the comments. If I can help the search, at the very least, get to some new eyes, I'll be happy. I'll keep searching myself, of course, but there's only so much I can do. My theory is still that the image comes from an eBay listing, but it seems that lead may have dried up. Maybe one day we'll finally know where exactly this image came from. Maybe one day. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. I know it was a bit different than usual, but I still hope you enjoyed it, or at the very least, found this story interesting. Once again, huge shout out to both Cyrozan and Board Brews for all the effort they put into this search. Without them, we'd still have no idea who made the Teddy doll, and the creepypasta image would have likely remained as mysterious as the original Jeff the Killer image. I've noticed recently that a lot of creepypasta images and cursed images are having their origins found. I feel like I see new searches start up almost every day, and the origins of these images are being found faster and faster. As I was writing this video, the origin of that one Mickey Mouse basement image was found, and I honestly thought that one was going to remain lost forever. Hopefully, one day the origin of the Teddy image will be found. But until then, we'll have to settle for knowing who made the doll. But anyway, that's going to be all for now. Once again, please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, as I fully intend on making more Lost Media videos if the demand is high enough. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and good night.